Welcome back, PES fans. It's time for week 2 of Euro 2012. Your goal scoring charts are topped by Ronaldo and Balotelli. So much at stake between the co-hosts Poland and their opposition Russia tonight. A loss for either nation, and they enter the history books as the first team to leave Euro 2012. A far from flattering start for the co-hosts Poland, thrashed 3-0 by Greece on home soil, and the Russians were undone by a controversial late winner by the Czech Republic. First chance for the Russians straight into the belly of Szczesny. Kurtikov found an opening to Arshavin. He's brought down and the referee says nothing to it, just a corner. Now the captain Andrei Arshavin broken free once again as the Poles are trying to keep up. Arshavin is taking Poland for a ride and Szczesny doesn't flinch. Corner kick. Arshavin gliding for that Poland penalty area like a pebble skipping across the water. I think the fatigue played a factor in the final shot straight at the keeper. Braniak, the shot is blocked, it's fell to Blaszczykowski before he could react. Here's Piszek. Was a pass to the invisible man. Oh, Moraski appears out of nowhere to claim it anyway. Wasn't very clear what Piszek was attempting, but Moraski nearly made the best of it anyway. Here comes Russia, 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Zirinov with a good strike. Comfortable catch. Enyukov has catapulted that deep into the box. Shumakov tries to reply and Ziranov finally gets the keeper to agree to a corner kick. Szczesny's been kept busy. He's been on his toes. Arshavin to take. Braniak nods it away, but Denisov keeps the pressure on. Berezetsky skips, gets a strike in, and there's found his way in. Well, the footballing gods have a sense of humour, alright, and they're playing practical jokes on Poland. Alexei Berezetsky relies on a bending of Lady Luck, because Poland has done just about everything right so far in regards to defending and goalkeeping. It was a thunderous hit that skirts off of the backside of Bernish, the number 2. You can't ask for much more than getting your body in the way, and it still results in conceding. Braniak to take matters into his own hands, and he almost feels the benefits of a bouncing ball. Corner sails into Perkis. Here is Dudko in an enticing position. Enyukov breathing down his neck into the middle to Lewandowski. Unbelievable save. Vyacheslav Malafeev sacrificing his face to keep Russia ahead. He just squeezed it away to Lewandowski. Lewandowski kisses the sweet spot, the pixel of the woodwork between the crossbar and the goalpost. There are forces that are preventing Poland from scoring. Lewandowski! Last roll of the dice, or else the co-hosts are out. Szczesny! And it's up into the sky and comes crashing down to earth just like Poland's European Odyssey. Russia survive and Poland will play the Czech Republic for pride. Greece and the Czech Republic are reunited for the first time since the crushing silver goal exit of the Czech Republic at Euro 2004. Swinging by Karagunis to Samaras on the back post. Greece are typically effective in the air and they're taking advantage of that. A wild long ball is made ahead of Humnich off the post. Well, the two men got more than the wires crossed. They're both intertwined in a hopeless knot. Samaras the target once again. This time the Czechs deal with it. Maniatis bounces the volley as it triples into the sanctuary of Petr Cech. Blazil. Barros hits a player and it just bounces out for a corner. Ninis scored the very first goal of this tournament. Maniatis looking long for Gekas, is back to Ninis. Saved by the elbow of Petr Cech and Samaras hits the goalpost on the rebound. Cech does well to get this right the first time. Things might have been different if Samaras opts for the left foot here. Gekas pulled out wide. Squeezes the ball in anyway, and Petr Cech misses it. Looking far from the reliable rock he usually is at Chelsea. One last chance for Greece. Whistles past everybody. Credit to Greece are playing with some efficiency here. Gekas back to Maniatis. Samaras brings it down. There it is! Gorgeous George Samaras has broken the deadlock. It's taken well over an hour for the first goal with 20 minutes remaining of the game. Greece are in front and on the road to the quarterfinals. Wonderfully collected out of the air by George Samaras. And a confident finish. Kadlec hits it first time. Plazo helps it forward. Petrozella has found Nechid. It's a goal. Rapid fire reply from the Czech Republic. Didn't take long at all, and it's the superstar Tomas Nechid, one of the many Tomases in the Czech Republic squad, to give the scoreline a big bang. It's a long pass from Samaras. He's really deep, but he's found his way to Gekas. And he's overdone the scales. They've tipped in the wrong favour. The ball has been pulled wide. And Greece has just thrown away a gift from the gods. Now we're into stoppage time. 3 minutes left. Nechid is straight at the face of Talkias, and Barros cannot convert. Last roll of the dice from the Czech Republic. Rosicky. He curls it too far in the opposite direction, and Greece will be thankful for that point after that last onslaught from the Czech Republic. It's Greece 1, Czech Republic 1. It's been 32 years since Germany last beat the Netherlands in the European Championship. But tonight is more than just bragging rights in the footballing rivalry that's at stake. It's survival in the European Championships. If the Germans cannot beat the Dutch once again, they are out of Euro 2012. Here's Sami Khedira, acres of space, and he fires it into the nose of Matthijssen. The defender's face slows it down enough for Stekelenburg to scoop the ball up and reset. Van Persie glancing over the right shoulder spots the eagerness of Arjen Robben, and Manuel Neuer intercepts as the 11th man for Germany. Faded through to Gomez. He's all alone for now, but he fed it back into the middle to Özil. He slices it. Mario Gomez had to chase his tail to hold up play long enough for Mesut Özil to penetrate the box, and he slices it with the right foot. Arjen Robben trying to make Mats Hummels uncomfortable. Robben swings it in. Schneider is just an inch away, and so was Neuer. Everybody missed it. Afellay to Van Persie. Corner kick. Chance for opening up now for Lucas Podolski. Podolski just hits and hopes. In hindsight, time wasn't on his side, so he had to just buy a ticket to the raffle. Mario Gomez found by Schweinsteiger. He squeezed it in past Stekelenburg. The odds and the angle was tightening against him, but Mario Gomez has lifted Germany's hopes with an opener against the Netherlands. It was a cagey half hour, but Germany have finally found the opening. Just over a minute until the half-time break. Euro 2008 runners-up are up, and they are definitely in a position of leverage as they head back to the dressing room. 2 goals to the good at half-time. Once again, Mario Gomez, who provided Thomas Müller in the first game against Portugal, has been rewarded for 2 goals on the score sheet against the Dutch, the bitter rivals of Die Mannschaft. It's looped in by Williams first time. Huntelaar at the near post. Gomez, the goal scorer. Podolski tries to wrap it around the Dutch defence and the goalkeeper's near post. Podolski starving for a goal at this tournament. Has to wait a little bit longer for his first meal. Van Bommel's pushed it through with every last bit of energy in his quarter. Van der Vaart shut down, what a chance. Schweinsteiger, it's slowed down by Gomez. Özil on the volley. Corner kick to Germany. Well, the group of death certainly swings and roundabouts. Germany have now tipped the favour. With 7 minutes remaining. 3 points surely in the bag. Now Thomas Müller can't get that confirmation. 5 minutes left for the Dutch to seek a consolation. Van der Vaart into Afellay, and it's bounced just in front of Manuel Neuer. It's probably the best it's going to get for the Netherlands. Robin with the corner. Huntelaar has netted it. And now we're going to have a very interesting final 5 minutes of Germany versus the Netherlands here at Euro 2012. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar has pulled the goal back. Germany certainly feeling the pressure. They let a lead slip against Portugal in the first game. Last roll of the dice for the Dutch. Huntelaar knocks it on. Badstuber has dealt with it. Robin keeps it in. Bouteng clears in athletic fashion. Van Bommel chooses the cross instead of a strike. Afellay! They've come back from the dead to spoil the Germans' party. Every German in the stadium thought they were surely safe. 2 goals up, 5 minutes left on the clock, and the Netherlands have eradicated it. No such thing as a safety net in Euro 2012. Van Bommel opts for the cross instead of a strike. And Ibrahim Afellay has to be flawless in that position. Deutschland still unable to beat the Dutch in the European Championship. Since 1980, it's Netherlands 2, Germany 2. Portugal will be gleaming that Germany and the Netherlands tires are spinning in the mud. And with the prospect that the Seleção can deliver a double whammy against Denmark. Qualification for the quarterfinals and eliminating the Scandinavian with a victory over Danish Dynamite. Bentner is brought down as he's suffocated by 3 Portuguese players. Moutinho, first corner of the game, and it's Portugal's and it's Pepe's. 1-0 to the Seleção. Quarterfinals well within sights for Portugal. And it's the bad boy Pepe. Slams in the opener with authority. From this corner kick from João Moutinho. Rises above William Vish with very little challenge. Ronaldo politely passes to Morelos. A deflection that makes Anderson question his awareness between the sticks. Corner kick. Ronaldo, Postiga, Nani has to provide a little bit of labour now. Is this Nani? Doesn't even flinch as he's faced with the prospect of a one-on-one with Anderson. And the acrobatics established that there's not an ounce of exertion in those muscles and the legs of Nani. It's a walk in the park for the Manchester United winger. And it's turning into a leisurely day out for Portugal. Eriksen hits the wall. Doesn't even drop into the mixer for the red shirt and fist. Fires a torpedo that concludes in the dud. To his credit, it was hit with some aggression though. Not quite Cristiano country, more of a detour. Well, he went for the goal anyway and he smashes it against the skull of Vist. Postiga. Nani was back to goal, trying to orient himself as Quintrao decides to take his chances at the near post. Veloso take the corner. Quintrao blasted at the keeper. It's actually cleared off the line by Lars Jakobsen. All Ronaldo has to do is beat Simon Kjaer. Well, he didn't need to. He went for the left foot and it's tipped away. Cristiano Ronaldo, unpredictable with either foot. Moutinho with the early ball in. Ronaldo. Well, he's got his eye on goal number 3 of Euro 2012. Ronaldo to Postiga, the 1-2 is fed back through to Cristiano. Moutinho in the follow-up. Oh, and Ronaldo. An unorthodox, uncharacteristic miss. Lord Bentner has parted the Portugal defence like the Red Sea, but Patricia defies him. Bentner plays it back to Eriksen in classy fashion. He just leans a little bit too wide. Denmark have triggered survival mode now. They're coming at Portugal with everything they've got. Paulsen intercepts. Jakobsen, the touch weighed a ton. João Moutinho now trying to collect and pick up the pieces. Plays it into the middle to Almeida. Hammers it home. To Today is the day that Denmark have died in the group of death. Hugo hammers the final nail in the coffin and signs the death certificate for Denmark with that merciless final blow. Portugal looking pretty promising. They've led us to a dramatic showdown on the final day in the group of death. Denmark 0, Portugal 3. Not many people could have projected that the European champions could face early exit from Euro 2012 on match day 2. Ireland have more points than them, having scored less goals. The last thing Spain need right now is the luck of the Irish. McGeady slithering in and out of that Spanish defence like a snake. Did everything right, only his finish let him down. Arbiola, we hardly know yet. McGeady makes him look average. Here's Robbie Keane. Tries to get the jump on Casillas. Aidan McGeady could be the bright light in this Irish side. Torres walks into a brick wall. David Silva trying to surprise Shea Given. Spain can break now. David Silva holding the play up. Torres plays out wide to Arbiola. Xavi in the middle. It's cleared. Knocks back in. Iniesta brings it down. It's still Iniesta. 1-0. And it's the Barcelona baller. Iniesta once again gets his country off to a start. Great improvisation. As the Irish started swarming him, they were keen to bring him down into that green swamp in the box. Here's Whelan. Straight into the middle to Robbie Keane. No time to waste. Except he was too early. Offside. Here's O'Shea. Whips one in. Soaked up by PK. McGeady is fell into the path of Jonathan Walters. Ireland have scored against Spain. And we're back level. A little bit of that luck we spoke about earlier as it ricochets off the calf of Gerard Piqué back into the warpath of Walters. Marks the second time in a row Spain have thrown away a lead. Torres can restore it though. Good stop from Given. Could be a chance for Ireland. Here's Shane Long. Straight at Casillas. Here comes the speeding bullet Jordi Alba. With the ball in, Ireland trying to clear it. William does so poorly, it starts at Pedro. Strong hands from Shea Given. Just over 10 minutes left for the European champions to get their mission back on track. They swung in Iniesta at the far post. What a save! Doesn't flinch on the follow-up though. Andreas Iniesta has scored his brace. You've got to feel for the goalkeeper though. If he could hold on a little bit longer, surely would have earned the accolade of man of the match. But that string of superb saves. It's a difficult one to save against at the best of times. A downwards header. Iniesta's very fortunate, it boomerangs back towards him for a simple tap in. Ireland can be dangerous when they've got nothing to lose. All in now for the Irish as Shane Long has forced a corner. Whelan to take. Whipped into the mixer. It's fell back to Jonathan Walters again. It's another silly goal for Spain to concede. Once again, the European champions simply cannot hold on to a lead. Jonathan Walters, the substitute, comes off the bench and scores 2 goals to the good. The luck of the Irish, clause in the contract, has been enacted by Jonathan Walters' side. 3 minutes of football added on. Here's Negredo. Fabregas. Xavi. Palmed away by the goalkeeper. Can Spain conjure up late drama? Cleared away at the near post. One more chance for Xavi. Iniesta just balloons it over. He's denied a hat-trick and a win for Spain. Ireland have come back twice to inconvenience the European champions. It's Spain 2, Ireland 2. The former world champions have the current world champions and European champions number. Thanks to the fight back from behind in Spain, Italy have to beat Croatia to qualify for the quarterfinals. Just enough weight on that pass to Balotelli to have an open strike, palmed away by Pleticosa. De Rossi just squeezes it through to Cassano. He's blown off his feet and Dorossi tries to take advantage. Jelavic is the target, Bonucci nods it away. Even Rakitic now. Second attempt, gets the ball in. And it's a miss from Jelavic. Mozza, not many options to choose from. Buy some time by playing it back to Marquisio now. Mozza is in a good position. Oh, wow. An unforgiving finish from Thiago Motta. Powerful strike at the near post and Pleticosa. Blinked and he missed it. Croatia should have done better considering the lack of attacking threat in the blocks. Maggio changes the curve on that run. He's connected with Thiago Motta's through ball. Cassano is there. Punctuates the low cross. It's good football being played by Italy. The Azzurri are backing it up. Croatia are just ball watching by this point. Helplessly watching the ball fly around the park like laser-guided strobe lighting effects. Rakitic, good vision to find Sonar on the flank. Misses Jelavic and Perisic is there on the volley. Game on. Well, perhaps Italy was still on a high after the early brace. And a comfortable cushion, and Croatia just pulled it out from under their heads. We've got a game on our hands now. Mario Balotelli, 2 goals to his name in this tournament. He's lost it. Pirlo, you pervert! It's a rather vulgar strike from the other way. It's gentlemanly playmaker Pirlo. Italy resumed control over the game. 3-1. Power and Pirlo don't always go hand in hand in conversation about the legendary midfielder. Balotelli squares it to Motta. Tries webbing himself up to Dorossi to try to better Pirlo's show-stealing strike. Just over a minute left for Croatia to change the dynamic before half-time. Here's Nikisha Jelavic, who's run onto the through pass from Mandzukic. Slapping on the brakes. Modric! Motta, delicate ball into Balotelli. Well, he's a tall boy, but not tall enough. Balotelli trying to work some room. Antonio Cassano barges through. Whistles past Pleticosa's goal. Maggio plays it back to Pirlo. There's the ball then flicked on by Cassano and Chiellini gets it all wrong. In front of a near enough open goal. Luka crunched up to Perisic, flicks it in, Mandzukic with a blind faithful header. At times, Italy make this look easy, but Croatia are going to make the reality far harder for the Azzurri. It's a little chip just to keep Italy on their toes, and Mandzukic scores with a blind header. Here's Italy's magic midget, Giovinco, front to Balotelli. And perhaps he took it too early, maybe he had a couple of feet left on that. Giovinco has realised Scheldenfeld is spinning out of control. Cassano makes it comfortable for Pleticosa. Well, Italy confirm they are through, and unless they lose to Ireland on the final game, they will face the runners-up. It finishes Italy 3, Croatia 2. France scored a late winner against England on matchday 1. On paper, it would arguably be the hardest test Les Blues will face, but they haven't met the co-hosts who are full of pride, who have the ambitions of a quarter-finals in their sights as well. Ukraine host France. Andrei Voronin into the middle to Shevchenko. Nazarenko follows it up and it causes Hugo Lloris to put up some resistance, and Conor Pinanka unable to orient the missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle in time. Pretty much an open goal. Debuchy just barely buys himself across. Nasri keeps it in. And Menez sees his lofty strike plucked out the sky. First corner of the game for the Ukraine. Nazarenko watches Yarmolenko help us over the bar. There's Nasri with his own Benny Hill tribute. forcing the defender to follow, and Benzema heads it into the ground. And the cross is cleared away. Timoshuk isn't able to combat Nasri there, and Menez forces a save in the near post. Had to contort himself a little bit to get that on target. France bearing down on the co-host just before half-time. One last bit of pressure, Benzema. Oh, off the crossbar. And Nasri can't follow up. That's the closest we have come to a goal in this first half. And the crossbar still shaking. Nasri, that will do it. Cabaye in enough space. Ribéry cuts inside. Drills it home. France 1-0. You can't afford to give a team like France half a chance to build a rhythm. Or even a player like Franck Ribéry only needs half a second and he's well away, quicker than a hiccup. Sensational start for France, probably too early to call it a French Revolution, but it's an improvement over the World Cup. Now it's down to Debuchy, enough time to get a ball in, but he changes his mind. Menez does so instead. Nasri! Excellent chain of football being played by France. Franck Ribéry nods it on to the assassin, Samir Nasri. And hasn't he been a tremendous influence for the French? Finally gets his pay rise in the form of a Euro 2012 goal. Davic, that's a wonky pass forward to Shevchenko. Never mind, he's just about capitalised and Lloris has missed it. Davic can't even turn to the start of the move of a goal. Ukraine can be quite edgy coming forward. We've learned that against Sweden. Here's Korompianka. Finds Shevchenko. Debuchy's got it all wrong and Shevchenko has found the net. The legendary striker finally gets his calling. And a major international tournament with a goal. It's not quite the match winner we envisioned, but it's a start. Ukraine can pile the pressure on the French for the final 10 minutes. It's getting a little cagey now. 1 minute left to play. France just got to hold up. Benzema nearly seals the deal. Well, the Blues have done it. They've held on. It's another 2-1 victory for the French. The score is France 2, Ukraine 1. Finally, it's time for the Three Lions. And at this stage, football is closer to going home than coming home. England have never beaten Sweden in international competition, and their opponents tonight have more favourable conditions than the English. If England lose to Sweden, they are out. Ibrahimovic on the end of this throw. It's typical attempt from Zlatan Ibrahimovic, going for the agile, spectacular. Larson slams on the brakes. Ibrahimovic is brought down by Parker on the edge of the box and they play on. Elmander pulls it wide. Warning shots fired by the Swedes. Into the mixer towards Elmander, knocks it down to Tjallström and he misses. Young, Welbeck, Rooney's through. Brilliant save from Isaacson, stands his ground defiantly. Rooney's form at tournament football is questionable. Needs that goal to get him off and running. Gerrard gives in to temptation, there's a strike. Can usually be relied on to hit the target, but he's never going to when he's stretching for it like that. Johnson seeking Rooney. He's fell to Welbeck on the volley. Good catch from Isaacson. Now Elmander reads Tjallström's mind. He's run onto it. Into the middle to Ibrahimovic. Just spilt wide by Joe Hart. Ibrahimovic, arguably the most dangerous man on the park. You'd put your house on Zlatan scoring from there. Welbeck, subtle bit of skill, buys him a bit of time. Lescott. Rooney lays it off to Gerrard. We have blast off. That's what we've been waiting for. Vintage Steven Gerrard. Wow. You would put your mortgage on Steven Gerrard replicating that for his club 7 days a week. But it's an even rarer treat when he does it in England colours. The perfect setup for the perfect strike. England need to gather themselves. Still an hour left to play. Williamson. Almanda! He was twisting as he struck it. He was always destined for failure from that position, but it's a warning to England. Don't get complacent. Sweden are coming. There's a back heel from Larsson to Ibrahimovic. Back to Svensson. Joe Hart couldn't contain it. Milner has to get rid. Charleston. Larsson takes his time for a ball in, and Amanda couldn't divert the traffic. And a chance for Amanda as he glances it wide. Should start feeling guilty right about now, the amount of chances he's missed. Well back! He's missed it. Slips at the crucial moment. Now the captain, Zlatan, drops the shoulder. And he's through, nearly wraps it around Joe Hart. There's a chance for England. Ashley Young cuts inside to Milner. Rattles the woodwork. England are holding on to that lead tight and they're desperate for breathing room. James Milner nearly gave them an early Christmas present. England urgently trying to slow the game down. 10 minutes left. Here's Walcott. Walcott goes for it by himself with the ball in. It's fell to Andy Carroll. There we go. The nightmare from Newcastle, Andy Carroll, has sat up from the bench, entered the field of play, and has secured England's victory tonight. It's a strike with no regard for whoever's in the way. Well, that looks more like it. After a rocky start against France, England have got their campaign under control. It's England 2, Sweden 0. Well, the bad news is that Poland are out, but the good news is that Group A and Group B will have a lively final showdown as 6 teams can become 2 in the quarterfinals. Once again, the European champions drop a lead and drop points, and England have got their campaign back on track. There's no runaway goal scorer yet in the race for the Golden Boots. Andreas Iniesta and Mario Gomez have caught up with Cristiano Ronaldo and Mario Balotelli. And now it's time to thank you, PES fans, for your support. Let's get some predictions for what sounds like a dramatic final showdown in match day 3. Who do you think is going to qualify for the quarterfinals? And as always, let me know your best player, best match, and best goal of episode 2.